holiday, celebrate. It's another day. I don't know all the words. Anyways, welcome. That's enough punishment. No, you want more? Holiday. Madonna, baby. Madonna. You know what I mean? Not the Virgin Madonna. You know what I mean? Not for us Catholics. Madonna. You know, the other Madonna. The one that's the blonde girl that liked every man in the history of men. That Madonna. Anyways, that was me introducing a celebration dance because we are celebrating Too Fat. I am excited. This is the 25th one. Hey, I'm going to say it. I normally don't, but it's a ceremony. It's an anniversary. It's the Star Wars. That's the bad one. That's the bad, when Vader shows up. I want that noise at the end when they won in Star Wars Episode 1. Like that ceremony, that parade. I can't do that music, though. It's just hard to do. You just have to listen for it on the Star Wars soundtrack. What are we doing here? We're starting a show, folks. It's called Larry's New Wrestling Podcast and stuff. Welcome. For those of you that have subscribed, thank you. For those of you who have not, but you like me on Facebook and you like me as a friend on Facebook, but you don't want to subscribe to the show, what's wrong with you? Subscribe. Keep me alive financially. Otherwise, I'm going to get burnt out going, hey, it's all about the progress and the process, right? No, I want to make money. I want to be able to survive in this world we call Earth. I am Larry Lawrence. The name's so nice. They named him twice. And the reason why is because I have immigrant parents that thought it was funny. Whatever. That's the other show. That's my second show, by the way. Whatever. The Larry Lawrence Podcast. Cheap plug for the other show. Back to focus. So today, I hope all of you are staying healthy and happy out there. COVID-57, 19, hot hike. We are dealing with it. We are accepting it. We're going to get through this together. And I know that all of you out there are, staying strong. I have friends that are compromised immune systems. Right now, I pray that they're doing well. A friend who's going through leukemia, I'm praying for her. I'm praying for everyone out there who's got family or friends going through things. My Uncle Alex is still weak and recovering. I'm praying for him and his recovery from his cancer. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of positive out there in the world. We just have to focus on it. Okay? That's the main agenda. An attitude of gratitude. No matter who is elected our president, when it's all said and done. Even Jesse Ventura ran for president. I didn't even know it. Voting came and went. But guess what? Jesse Ventura got 1.6% in the Green Party. The body was running for president, even though he's like 69 and no longer has that body. I'm just saying. 69, dude. That's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Watch the movie. If you've never seen Bill and Ted's, that's a sin. Ask any priest, they'll tell you. Back to focus. You see, folks, this is what you get. Day after day, week after week, year after year. And I'm trying to keep my levels so that way the iTunes and the Spotify people go, damn, he's getting better. Yes, folks. This is an episode that means so much to me on all levels. I'll explain at the end because I have a tribute tonight to give to someone today, whatever time it is, wherever you're at. The whole point. Is there a point? Yes. We are here to discuss professional wrestling. Today on our show, we will be discussing WrestleMania 25. Yes, one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. The 20th anniversary, even said it on the star logo, WrestleMania 25th anniversary. And the reason why is because it was 25 years since the first one at Madison Square Garden in New York City, where it is in Houston, Texas, at the Reliance Stadium with 70,000 plus fans in attendance to see the induction of Stone Cold Steve Austin. That rattlesnake in his home state gets inducted into the Hall of Fame that weekend in 2009, along with the greatest matches, in my opinion, I've seen in a WrestleMania in a long time, 25 years for that matter. But this matchup between The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, yes, the Heartbreak Kid, and, oh, my Undertaker! And I did watch a documentary on the WWE Network, which we'll talk about on a future episode, of Mr. Paul Bearer. And I'll tell you right now, it was a great documentary. I'm recommended. I don't have the name right in front of me, but it has to do with Paul Bearer. So I'm sure if can I speak, please slow down. I'm sure if you research, you'll find the name. Unfortunately, I was focused on my anniversary show of WrestleMania 25. All right. So we will discuss that documentary on a future episode. But today, we are going to focus on the match between The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. This was a great matchup which depicted heaven versus hell. And we're going to discuss how they show Shawn Michaels in a very positive, heavenly way, like these lights. And The Undertaker in the fire and hell and all that stuff, and brimstone and that stuff. So we will discuss this match today and the whole WrestleMania card pretty much on this episode of Larry's new wrestling podcast and stuff. Now, once again, if you need to subscribe, because you need to subscribe. You see what I was doing with that? If you need to subscribe, yes, you need to subscribe to the show. Click on YouTube and say, yes, I want to find out when Larry's next episode is going to be. 70 plus, 80 plus, 90 plus subscribers would be nice. Let's keep it going. But I need you to stop liking me on Facebook, or don't like them both. Like the Facebook, the Larry's New Wrestling Podcast and stuff Facebook page. Like also our Instagram, like our TikTok, and like our tweets. Okay? At Larry Lawrence Podcast. Okay? Like us. Follow us. But please, por favor, en español, please. I speak Spanish, by the way, and Arabic. So if I throw curveballs at you, it's because I have no baseball. You see what I'm doing here, folks? Keep up. Keep up. The Ring of Life. Let's go. So basically, the whole point. Is there a point? Yes, there is. The NFL is also adopted today. And why? Because it's stuff. And I'll tell you right now, we are having a very bad year for the world champion 49ers. We're done. But Tom Brady got his butt served to him the other night against the Saints. Whoo! Drew Brees said, you know what, son? It's okay. You'll get it someday. Seriously. He whooped his ass, dude. I'm just going to say it. Kids, plug your ears. That means a donkey. Anyways, it does. Ass means donkey. Look it up. Wikipedia. Whatever way you find out. Google. The whole point. Tom Brady, I'm telling you right now, Tom Brady, go to any other team. Montana was in your ear last year during the Super Bowl. I saw it. I was in Miami watching. I love Miami. By the way, everyone in Miami, hello? Larry's single. Ladies, everyone in Miami, the women there are very healthy. Yes, healthy. The whole point. Back to focus. Tom Brady lost a lot to a little to Drew Brees, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. The only thing that was missing from Drew Brees' career is he was never a 49er. But he's a great Saint, and they did have that controversy at one time with the coach and the headhunter thing, but all that's forgotten and forgiven, Saints. Anyways, if anyone's going to go to the Super Bowl this year, since the Niners probably won't, injuries. Is Jimmy G the right guy? I don't know. We'll see. Kittle, also going to be a future WWE superstar. Oh, yeah, it's funny. Gronkowski dropped balls he normally caught back in the day. You know why? Because you tried to be a wrestler, and you suck at that, too. I'm just saying, Gronk, if you want to be on the show, you're a great guy. See how we do it, folks? As long as they're willing to forgive me and be on my show, I'll say really nice things about even number 23 on the Lakers. If he wants to be on the show, it'll get me 1 million subscribers. LeBron, let's talk wrestling. I know you like wrestling because you know the Nature Boy said the greatest of all time, LeBron James. Woo! And they pay Rick to do that. But you know what? I'm sure he thinks he's a pretty good damn athlete considering he's the 60-minute man. All right? And he knows one because he was one. He was a wrestler that could wrestle. Hogan was this. And Ric Flair was, woo! But he could wrestle for 60 minutes like nobody's business. But we spoke about him on episode 24. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe and go back to 24 other episodes and see what I'm talking about. Because we talked about other subjects on our show. But today, WrestleMania 25. But back to focus. Finish the NFL. So anyways, Green Bay, New Orleans, I see them having a Super Bowl run. And the AFC, the Steelers, and KC. We're halfway through the season. I'm going to tell you right now, a little bit more than halfway, I think. We're going to get through this COVID football season and maybe have fans next year and get back to normal. Thank the Lord. You see, I didn't wear my mask because nobody's here. Hello? Hello? No mask. But please, seriously, we are doing so much today about health. Look what I brought. Okay, focus. See that? That's called chick sticks. If I could get it in focus for you. This is technology for you folks. There you go. All right. So, this is the sriracha flavor. Okay? Now, it's chicken sticks, but I chick sticks. You know what? It's just the way they spell it. CHXN/SNX. Physicallyfit.com. Okay, folks? This is Kurt Angle's company. This is what I have samples, and these aren't samples, these are actual bags, but for me to sample. And I'll tell you, this is a resealable, this one's open, closed. This is resealable sweet barbecue. Okay, check it out. These are good. Now it tastes like barbecue. Or I mean, my mouth does. Sweet barbecue and honey mustard, okay? Honey mustard peanuts. Spicy buffalo and blue cheese, right here. Don't want to open it yet. Still got ones open. Kung Pao is open. It's a little bit spicy, but why not? Let's get some zing. I can handle spice because of organic protein and green superfoods. I'll handle it better. Zing. Might need a beverage. It's okay. It's my show. Harsh. Woo! That has some kick to it, though. Woo! Kung Pao chicken. Thank you. I'm just saying. So, characters, guys, folks. Just characters. Don't read into it. It's just a PC show. Okay. Jalapeno. Rich. Nope, not gonna do that one. We know what happens. Bathroom. Just kidding. Some people can handle spice, okay? I cannot handle spice. But I do have one recommendation. Go vegan! You weren't expecting that, bird, were you? It's okay. Go vegan. That's the meaning. That's where it should be. And the reason why you go vegan, folks, plant-based, no meat, no cheese, is because it'll keep you alive and healthy. That was sponsored by nobody. But here, check this. Oh, and then we get SNK/SMART, Snack Smart, the plant protein. You see? Difference. Because they have chicken and they have plant-based. See? You can go either way, Bert. That sounded weird. You can go either way. I love women. Just want to get that out of the way. So what we're doing here, folks, is explaining that this is Kurt Angle's company. And the reason why Kurt Angle started this company on Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast. He talked about his sobriety. He talked about his health, his injuries, the fact that his demons took over, but he was very honest. And what I loved about that interview is I took the time to reach out and I found out about the company. And guess what? Now I'm promoting it on our show. So I would like you to go and buy some of it because this is Kurt Angle's supplement company, physicallyfit.com. Okay? Just Google Kurt Angle Nutrition, chicken protein. You'll find it. It's a very simple process, folks. Just like subscribing. You press the button and you see that? Boop, boop. And now you're part of Larry's new wrestling podcast and stuff. So please, folks, tell your friends Well, first of all, tell your family, because family number one. Family number one. Friends and strangers, all of you are welcome to join me in the Ring of Life. And we're going to continue this show for all of you because I love the sport of wrestling. And that brings us to WrestleMania 25. Or as Vince McMahon would say, WrestleMania 25. That was the worst Vince McMahon, but you know what? Whatever. That's my second show. Episode. The pilot episode is on YouTube. Whatever. The Larry Lawrence Podcast. Cheap plug. I know. Hey, I have 2 shows. And on the other show, I talk about this show. Whatever. See? It works. Bert said not as much. Okay, I got it, Bert. We got it. Anyways, the whole point, it's inside stuff, folks. You don't have to understand everything about me. Okay? Just deal with it. Whatever. WrestleMania 25. Shall we? Let's talk about it. And the reason why we're going to talk about it is because it was one of the most unique WrestleManias because of the fact it had Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler, and Michael Cole on commentary. It was from Reliance Stadium in Texas. And I'll tell you right now, the one thing that I remember about that WrestleMania is that it is one for the ages. No, what I do understand is this, is that one thing about WrestleMania is it's got the best matches. And the reason why is the Money in the Bank. Oh, I'm telling you right now, folks, the spectrum of the sizes and the differences of these individuals in the Money in the Bank match, amazing. Dude, there was spots that were even bigger than Jeff Hardy did. And I know that's hard to say, but Shelton Benjamin from a ladder from the rafters, like he literally was higher than my screen, and he jumps down onto that pile, you know, the group of people that are supposed to catch him. Oh my goodness, man. Even if so, you one mistake and you're done. Khalas. In Arabic, they say, that means finish. That's it. It's amazing that he was willing, as a young athlete then, now he's currently in the product, but he's a part of that group. What's the name of them again? The Hurt Business. You see, I don't even want to talk about the current product because it's just, bleh. So let's get back to focus. You know what? Tune into the network if you want to watch old school and fun stuff. Watch Fox and USA for the current stuff, and it's, I'm not on the show, so who cares, right? Until I get on the show, I'm getting a paycheck. I can shut the front door. See, I want the kids to watch. We're a very, very clean show, folks. I showered this morning. Back to focus. We're not going to talk about my shower, by the way. We're going to focus on WrestleMania. But the whole point about WrestleMania and the latter Money in the Bank match, the spots. I mean, first of all, you have Kane in it. Mark Henry's in it. And a ladder match, Mark Henry. Like, you know the size of Mark Henry and the size of Kane on a ladder? Whatever. CM Punk, you know, that size makes sense. I believe Christian's in that match. Yes. He doesn't really show himself so strong in that one, but, you know, there's too many people in it. There's even the little guy, Hornswoggle. He does a spot in there. Finley, he's in it. There's a lot of people in this match. Seriously, it's a very intense Money in the Bank match, which eventually is won by someone who left wrestling early. I'll leave it like that. Because you know what? I don't want to ruin it for the fans. Because you are fans. Maybe you've never seen this WrestleMania. Maybe you don't want me to give you the spoiler. I don't want to tell you one. But he has stars on his trunk. Anyways, you figure it out. If you're not a wrestling fan, you won't know what that means. Right? So, the whole point. WrestleMania 25. Okay, you have that match. You have a Divas Battle Royal. You see how I felt about it. You have Triple H and Randy Orton for the WWE title, the main event. Like, really? Nope. That wasn't the main focus of that one, folks. It came around, I think it was like the third match from the last. I'm telling you right now, The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels stole that show. And don't forget, Stone Cold Steve Austin in his home state of Texas Okay? Along with The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, who The Undertaker is from Death Valley, or hell essentially in this one, because they really over dramatically hype it up. They really give you a heaven versus hell matchup with Shawn Michaels, who's going after 16-0, and that is Shawn Michaels' 16th WrestleMania. Wow, 1-6, just like 16-time world champion. Woo! The Nick Jaboy Ric Flair. But back to focus. It's about Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. They depict Shawn Michaels very heavenly. Like, and even though in the promo package about the build-up to this one of the main events, should have been the main event, in my opinion. I think they should have been the last match of the night. It wasn't, though. Undertaker, from parts unknown, from Death Valley, wherever you want to call him from, he has at this point a 16-0 record at WrestleMania. Shawn Michaels is first, according to Jim Ross, I believe, or it was Michael Cole that said it, that this was the first one-on-one singles match. Can you believe that? They had a Hell in a Cell back in the 90s, but like really like one-on-one, like regular wrestling match. This was their first in their epic careers. Shawn Michaels, who began back in the day in the 80s, same thing with the Taker in the same territories, because there were territories back in the day. So, folks, this is pre-WWE buying out the world. There were territories in different areas of the United States. That's what they called them. And The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels came up in those territories. The Midnight Rockers and Texas Red for Undertaker, which you learn more about in Paul Bearer's documentary, which we'll probably talk about in the next one since we're talking about it so much. But I'll tell you right now, folks, the focus is that this match takes two legendary wrestlers, well-known wrestlers, where half the arena is cheering for Shawn Michaels, half the arena is cheering for The Undertaker. So you hear, let's go Taker type style noise. They weren't really doing that back then. I don't think that chant. So I think you just hear, let's go, or you hear Taker, and you hear like Shawn Michaels. I don't know. You just have to listen to the eruption of the crowd. This match is also, according to Jim Ross, one of the most legendary matches in the history of WrestleMania that he's ever called. So that tells you a lot about this matchup. When Shawn Michaels in all white comes from the rafters, and during this build-up promo package that they show us before the match, they kind of show Shawn Michaels as like a devilish character in a way. Like he's trying to push the buttons of The Undertaker and get him angry. Like, you need to get that guy angry? No. But he's trying to do it because he's saying he's going to take that streak away from him. Because nobody else has been able to for 16 tries. So it's going to be 16-1, according to Shawn Michaels, who actually retired Ric Flair the year before at WrestleMania 24. Anyways, the whole point. Is there a point? Yes, there is. The Undertaker is given the evil intro versus Shawn Michaels. Who are we praising? Are we praising Shawn Michaels because he comes from the heavens? Or is he giving all praise to Jesus? Christian DX? I don't know. It's hard to understand. To me, it is because I'm a Catholic boy. I'm not going to worship Shawn Michaels, but I know he's Christian DX. So he has this heavenly, he comes from the rafters. Oh, it's like Star Wars Episode 1 music, like, it's really weird. You just have to see, like, oh, and he comes down from the rafters, and he basically, it's like being in a Catholic church. Oh, I'm telling you. I went through it. We were like praising awe. Anyways, it comes down. No, we're praising Jesus. But anyways, it sounded like, oh. And anyways, Shawn Michaels ends up down on the floor. And then they hit his music. Oh, oh, oh. And then he goes into the sexy boy thing. I'm confused. Are you religious? Or are you just a porn star? The World Wrestling Federation, folks. Characters. Just like, I'm room for hire, anybody. Hollywood, I know you're coming back now. Movies. The Mandalorian. Oh, we're going to talk about The Mandalorian on whatever. It's back. That's the next episode of whatever. We're going to do that right after this. Back to focus. Anyways, the whole point. Yes, is there a point? Yes. Undertaker from Death Valley, or wherever they said he is from this one. Hell, the parts of hell. That's what Jim Ross emphasizes, hell, in his commentary. Oh my gosh. Come on. Really? Heaven versus hell. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Great match. A lot of bumps. Undertaker does not let up. He press slams Shawn Michaels down on the canvas. And I'll tell you, it hurt me because that looked painful. Because he put him up way in the sky and went on the ground, on the mat. But they take some serious bumps. And this is only a year before he officially retires him. I know I'm fast forwarding, but this match leads into the rematch the next year. So we're talking about a matchup that really goes back and forth. And like I said, Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler, and Michael Cole are on commentary. And I had an idea earlier. Why don't we bring back, if we didn't sign Jim Ross to AEW, Jim Ross with Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole on the current SmackDown. And you have Corey Graves and Tom Phillips, and that get rid of, and never mind, just have the younger guys on Raw. Or Samoa Joe. Yeah, have Samoa Joe. Tom Phillips, Corey Graves, Samoa Joe. Make the other guy an interview guy. Anyways, the whole point. Is there a point? Yes. That three-man commentary on this matchup was amazing. Jim Ross, Michael Cole, and Jerry Lawler call this match and keep you engaged. They keep you listening, and they keep you watching the greatest matchup in a long time at WrestleMania. And even Randy Orton and Triple H admits that it was very difficult to follow that match because you just couldn't. This match goes back and forth, many near falls, and Undertaker keeps the streak. But you know what? I'm sure you knew that because Brock Lesnar was the one who took away the streak, which he should have never done it. And then Roman Reigns beat him again to emphasize it's not about a streak anymore. It's about Undertaker's legacy, which this month at Survivor Series, we will have The Undertaker at Survivor Series this year, 2020. So this is leading to what I'm about to end on, is that The Undertaker's legendary career and Shawn Michaels' legendary career both have great credibility, and their legacies were cemented, I believe, at that WrestleMania. I know we further it with WrestleMania with Shawn Michaels now as a ref later, and then we have him in the basically send-off where Undertaker, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels all hold each other at WrestleMania when Triple H loses twice, also to The Undertaker, to keep the streak intact. So this match is leading to maybe another storyline and another storyline and another storyline. It's great because it's literally 4 WrestleManias worth of storyline from 2 matchups from 2 different WrestleMania. 2 with Shawn Michaels and 2 with Triple H. So folks, I bet you weren't even expecting that out of this WrestleMania 25. And that's where we're going to segue to something a little bit sentimental. And I'm going to get through this as well as I can. The reason why I pursued acting and performing, he passed away, my drama teacher, on October 28th, I believe it was, 28 or 29. And Mr. Harrington, I know you're listening right now. I just want to say thank you for allowing me. I knew this was going to be tough. I'll get through. Thank you for mentoring me and believing in me, and saying, Larry, you've got something different. You're special, and not special in a special ed class type of way, but special, unique talent that I've got to tell you, you have. And I ended up falling in love with performance after that. And he put me in my first play ever as Shloimi, a Jewish son, in an ensemble, not even auditioning because I'd missed auditions, but he saw me in beginning acting, and somebody he claimed dropped out, and he said he needed me to fill the spot if I wanted it. And I said, sure. I literally accepted a role by just having it given to me. And he even gave me a name, Shloimi, which I'll never forget. And I had one line, but the terms weren't settled. See how I hit it? Every time. I was always sitting during the dance where we're watching the girls dancing. Hey, dee, 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 dee. Fiddler on the roof, baby. Dee, 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 dee. And when I hooked up with Matt and I did the shake, and all the old ladies at the end of the show would go, you're wonderful. Yeah, we love watching you. Like, what did I do? Anyways, I just want to say thank you, Mr. Harrington, and thank you, Harrington family, for your love. All these kids, and Mrs. H. I'm praying and hoping that you're getting through this too. And you know what? We're going to cheer this up right now because H, that's what H did. I did, when I played football for some stupid reason, I just stood on the side, but I wanted to do it my varsity senior year. I got to do Spotlight for Runaways, and I saw Brandon Harrington, which eventually I would, you know what? I would get that damn monologue and I'd make it my own. And I auditioned for Great America, and I got that Ferengi job. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, everybody. You helped me get there. And H used to bite his hand. And he was watching the play happen as he's directing, and he was pumping his arms. And I got to see that. If I had not been backstage, instead of being on that stage, I would not see that version of H. Because I got to watch him in the booth, direct, and technical. And I learned how to do a spotlight, which is crazy. I was always nervous. I was like, oh, dude, get it right. Don't get H doesn't get mad. H, I never seen you yell at anyone. I never seen you get mad, really, man. Barb, no, that's a different story. Anyways, H, I love you. Thank you for giving me this show and giving our audience Larry's new wrestling podcast and stuff. Folks, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your subscribership because you're going to subscribe. But we're going to leave now, and we're going to end it on a positive note because I have an attitude of gratitude. H, I love you. Everyone up there watching down on me, I love you. Anyone I have never met, I love you. Thank you for subscribing. Please tell your friends about our shows, whatever with the Larry Lawrence podcast and Larry Lawrence, whatever the Larry Lawrence podcast and Larry's new wrestling podcast and stuff. Have an attitude of gratitude because our lives are whatever we make of it. Let's just go out there into the world today and do me a favor, everyone. Just like Larry discovered his passion. Have a passion for life because our life is whatever we make of it. Just go out there into the world today and do me simply. And don't just do it for me. Do it for yourself. Have a great one. Enjoy the rest of your days. And whatever happens, happens. Because every day is a blessing. Take care, everybody. I love you all. I'm going to go, I swear. As soon as I say my favorite Back to the Future line. Okay. Bye-bye now. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Basil, take us away, brother. Bye-bye now.